Okay, so today I wanted to take a look at this piece because it's really cool. It's got this awesome geode in it. But if you can imagine that the geode is an eye, and this is a nose, coming down to a lip. We'll flip it this way. Now the geode is going to be an open mouth with teeth for this eye and nose. Chin. It also makes an animal. If you look, there's an eye and a snoot, a mane. I think it's a lion. There's a face on this edge with an eye, nose, lips. Another one here with two eyes, nose. There would be one there with an eye, nose, mouth. Another one here with an eye, nose, lips. This is one of the easier ones to see on the stone, with the eye, nose, mouth, and chin. It's also going to make one this way, the eye, nose, lips. This right here with this cut coming up here to this swoop is a bird with the eye and the beak, the tail. Tilt it just a little bit and the dark area here turns into a bird in flight with wings. Do you even see how it makes the teeth? So that was their whole thing, was just using natural things and embellishing a little bit. They had to add this notch for the eye and this to make this appear as a nose. They had to take this out. So sometimes they didn't have to do very much, but they worship these things. If anything, ooh, there's one. Do you see okay, there's kind of two faces. There's a face within a face. Do you see right here you got two eyes, a nose, and a mouth with horns? So that'd be your devil or demon. But it also makes an eye and an eye. These are the two nostrils, and that's the open mouth. There's a face there with an eye, nose, mouth. It just every which way you flip them. But they worship these things, you know. If they would break a rock and it would break and there would be a human image, they would worship it. And I think over time is what happened is it just turned into an art. They started embellishing them a little bit and it just turned into an art. And then it was game on. It was who's the best? Oh, look what I can make. And it was just new technologies or new techniques, new ways. You know, I know that they would, when they did nap stuff, they liked to dig it from the dirt. They liked their rocks to have moisture from the earth. Not super moist, but just enough moisture. They napped a certain way. They napped better when they were from the dirt. That's why they would bury them on purpose and come back for them later after they were, you know, after they had moisture from the ground in them, just because they napped better. You know, so they were doing all sorts of stuff. But that's what these things are, is they worship these things. So if there, like I said, if there was an animal image or a human image in a stone, they worshipped it. If it was there but not quite, they embellished it. They'd put a cut in there like that, or like that, or like that. I have some where they've carved geodes. I have some where they've taken the entire outside off except for the shape of a man's face. They left that part of the outside on. So it was, these things are just nuts. There's 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. If you want to get technical, cover that up. This is an eye, just a slit, and then a nose coming down. Maybe that will help. But every way you flip these things, once they learned how to make them, they went nuts. But I just thought I'd take a little bit of time and really go over a stone with you and kind of show you what I see. And I probably missed a few. There's one. If you can imagine that the white is an eye coming down to the nose. Can you see that? If you can imagine that that white is an eye. Can you see that profile now? With the nose and the lips. I mean, look how tiny it is. And it carries over. That right there, that's Olmec. But you've really got to look at these things. And if there's any kind of stone that has something like this in it, I'm guaranteeing you they used it because they loved anything that was cool, just like we do. Just like I think it's cool, or you guys think it's cool. They thought it was cool too. And they just said, hey, I can do something with that. So they did. They knocked this little piece out right here, which made this appear like a nose. And if you use that dot right there, it's an eye. And an open mouth. They made this. They put this cut in there. So this looks like a chin, but it also looks like a man with an eye, nose coming down when you flip it. So I really encourage everybody to go grab a handful of rocks from anywhere. Make sure you're not stealing them. Don't do that. Go grab a few out of your yard and clean them off and look at them. You will be blown away with the stuff that you find. This is Creekstain. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.